Hello guys, happy Sunday. Wow, thank God for the journey so far. I'm trusting you are having a nice time using our platform. I'm sure your experiences has been quite positive, even though we have little glitches sometimes. We know that surely we would always resolve these challenges so that to make sure you are having improved services between periods. Today, I'll be talking about a very important aspect: how you can avoid being out of data while you need to attend to your customers. In other words, avoid the situation in which you are out of data on your line and you need to sell data to customers. How do you avoid that? You will simply buy data pins and reserve them, okay? You buy data pins and reserve it so that when you run out of data, all you need to do is to load or recharge the data pin on your line, okay? So that you can sell your data. You don't need to buy airtime or you don't need to load your data from other platforms, okay? So let me walk you through that right away. So basically, you click on our service, okay? Click on our service. All right, you click on buy VPNs. All right, select print data pins. Okay, then you choose the network. Let's say it's MTN you are buying. All right, this is the step 1, 2, 3, and 4, of course. So you've chosen the network and it's loading. Okay, having chosen MTN, you choose the plan. Okay, let's say in this example we're buying or we're printing 1 gigabyte. Okay, now the quantity, you may want to print like 5 so that you will have enough for the next 5 period. You may have your data may be exhausted. Okay, so you put your pin, purchase completed. So all you need to do is to tap on the pin. Okay, you copy this link, take it to your web browser, try to use Chrome. So you paste it here on your web browser, and of course click this arrow. Okay, here are the data pins I've printed. Alright, you can see the data pins. So all you need to do is to copy this data pin. Alright, maybe you copy it and save it in your message or write them somewhere in your book. Okay, however, if you wish to recharge this data pin, you just copy it, go to your SMS, you go to your SMS straight up, paste it here. The number you are sending to, of course, is this very number. Okay, copy the number, paste it here as the recipient. Once you text this data pin to that number, as long as you have airtime, as long as you have money in your wallet, as long as there's money in your wallet, the system will automatically credit you with data bundles equivalent to the amount you have printed. Okay, if it is 1 gig you have printed and text it to this number, the system will automatically recharge you 1 gig. If it is 2 gig, it will recharge you 2 gig. If it is 3 gig, it will recharge you 3 gig, depending on the value attached to this pin. Okay, depending on the value attached to this data pin. Is that okay? All right. So do not allow yourself to run out of data again, and of course you are not able to serve your customers. Alternatively, you can screenshot this and keep it in your gallery for quick reference. Okay, anytime, any day, it will be in your gallery. All right, I've screenshotted this, so it will remain in my gallery, so that when next time I run out of data, I will simply text one of these pins to the number there. You may want to ask question, what is the number for? The number is an AI. It is not a human being. It's an AI that recognizes any pin you text to it. Okay? Any number that takes that pin will be recharged automatically. Alright? So take note that these data pins do not expire. Alright? They do not expire, and you don't need anything, any money to print this data pin. It's 100% free. Okay? You print them free, but when loading it, make sure that there's money in your wallet. Alright? The system will debit you only on successful data recharge. Okay? On successful pin recharge. Any pin that has been loaded, that is what the system will charge you for. And the system will keep reference of that particular pin, just in case you sold it to a customer and there is disagreement. If the customer returns the pin to you, you will just check the pin on your transaction history. You check the transaction to confirm on your transaction history to make sure that the customer hasn't recharged the pin before returning it to you. Okay? Now, usually you don't return pins, but for some due considerations here, you may want to consider the customers if you know the person. Alright? You may want to collect it back, just in case maybe the person was trying to load the pin, and as at that time you were not having enough on your wallet to facilitate the transaction. Okay, so that is it, and I hope you'll be able to keep data pins or possibly print them and sell to customers to increase your revenue, because selling your data pins to customers will help them to recharge their phone, their lines automatically whenever they run out of data, and that will give you additional income. Okay, you may want to sell like 5 of these pins to your customer for 1,500. The customer can keep them with him or her. Anytime he or she runs out of data, they can conveniently pick one and load without stressing you, without calling you, send me data and all of that. Right? So this is going to be like additional income for you. Just be smart about it. Printing is free, remember. Only when customers load them and they are successful, that is when the system will debit your account. But to do this kind of business, you may need to fund your wallet much enough, making sure that there is money in your wallet always. Based on the quantity of data pins you sold, make sure you have enough money equivalent. Now these 5 pins will be worth like 1,477 naira, which is 5 gigabytes. So make sure you have up to that amount since you've sold it to your customers, so that whenever they are recharging it, the system will not reject crediting them. Because if you have insufficient funds in your wallet, they may not be able to recharge this successfully. Okay, so make sure you have enough money in your wallet so that when the customer attempts to recharge the data pin, the system will load the person's line according to the gigabyte purchased. Okay, so this is another strategy you may want to use to increase your sales and of course improve your productivity. Thank you very much.